Okay, sorry about that, some technical difficulties. But we're back to the general databases page on the Spirit of Inquiry help page. And I think we will choose that academic one file was not loading for me correctly, so or quickly enough. So let's go to opposing viewpoints instead. I mentioned that opposing viewpoints provides all of the same content that the other databases do, magazines, newspapers, scholarly articles, but organizes them in a really useful way, I think. So let's take a look at how that works. So you can choose, of course, whichever kind of result you, what kind of source you're looking for, or you can just take a look at this page, which I think is, again, really useful. Academic journals all clumped together for you here, and there are 532 of them. There are reference sources or sites or websites, images, videos, audio. So notice these are radio programs. Then news, so not just newspapers, but CNN, of course, is a broadcast site, so that's news from a variety of different kinds of news sources. Here are magazines further down the page, 234 magazine articles, statistics from various places, and then websites that you might pursue to learn a little bit more about whatever topic it is you are searching. Let's take a look though. Remember, we're working on that question number 3 on the Spirit of Inquiry final exam, which asks you to use a general database to find a magazine article. And so I took a look at this one, Past Pandemics by the Numbers and How Coronavirus Fits In. So when we look at this article, again, really the first thing to notice probably is where it was published, which tells you partly about what type of source it is. So this was published in Newsweek, which is a magazine. Recall, if you're not sure what the source is, you can always just Google the source. And Google will help you find probably a link to the website for Newsweek, or even the Wikipedia article about Newsweek, which will tell you that my phone is lighting up because I said Google. It thinks I'm trying to ask Google something, so we'll just put that aside. But you can go to Google and check even the Wikipedia article that will tell you that Newsweek is a weekly news magazine. So in other words, you now know that you have a magazine article, which is the answer for question number 3. So this magazine article, you can take a look. There are a couple of things here that were really interesting to me, dismaying, but also interesting. But the tools here in this Gale database are along the top of the page rather than down the right-hand side of the page as they were in the EBSCO database, Academic Search Premier. So you can click again on the citation tool, and we are using MLA citation format. If you're in another class that asks you for APA or Chicago style, you can also choose those. But for us, we'll stick with MLA 8, and you can copy and paste this citation into your works cited page and then check it against the citation cheat sheet. So again, notice the title of the source, title of the publication, Newsweek, is right here and it's italicized. The database name is provided here in the citation that the database creates for you. No need to go back and change it. So Gale in Context Opposing Viewpoints is the name of this database. And this is in fact the permalink to this particular article within the database. So the Gale citation tool is just a tiny bit simpler than the EBSCOhost citation tools. You don't have to make those changes to database name or permalink here, okay? You can also just grab the permalink itself to the article if you just want to be able to get back to the article quickly and work on a citation later. You might also notice that this database provides you with a sort of related articles feed down the right-hand side here. So anything that is similar to this article in subject is provided for you in this Explore kind of column here. And also maybe some other search terms. If you don't have any luck with a particular search term, then you can check out a related subject and jump straight to information on that. So I do really like this database. I think it's useful, and I hope that will help you find any number of types of sources we're looking for. Magazines this time, but you can also get to those other types of sources by jumping from here or by scrolling down the page and getting to the right type of source there. Notice too, I should have mentioned, you can filter your results over here. We mentioned publication date might be useful, document type might be useful. You can search within. Let's see if we get any good results here. Now we are searching within all of these magazine articles that came up for a coronavirus search. Now we want any of those articles that have the word pandemic within their text to come up for us in a search results. Okay, so now we have 91 magazines. I'm interested in this one because I'm from Georgia, have friends and family back in Georgia. So I might take a look at this one. Notice that this is the U.S. News and World Report, which is also a magazine. It's in that magazine category. And so maybe this is a good article for us to take a look at. Okay, so that is how Gale in Context Opposing Viewpoints database works. It is a general database. You can get a magazine article here or a scholarly article.